Hello, my dear grandchildren. I have a story here that we enjoy reading. It's a favorite story of ours. It's another Alfie and Annie Rose story by Shirley Hughes, and it's called Grandma's Pictures. Look at how excited the children are in this picture. Alfie's running to give somebody a hug. Who is that person that he's running to give a hug to? It's his grandma, isn't it? Yep, I like that when I come see my grandchildren and they run and give me a hug. And Annie Rose looks just as happy, doesn't she? Alfie and Annie Rose had a grandma. She drove about here and there in her little red car, and she often came to visit them. Sometimes she brought presents, oh boy, even when it wasn't anyone's birthday. Good idea, Grandma. Let's see, there's the pictures of Grandma doing things with the children. Grandma could dance. That's fun, isn't it? And she could sing. Oh, I like to sing stories with you guys. To sing songs, sorry. That didn't make much sense. How about singing songs? I like to do that. That's fun. And tell stories. Well, that's what we're doing right now, isn't it? She and Alfie did a lot of cooking together. That's a good idea too. What do you suppose they're making here? I'm looking in the bowl and it looks a little bit chocolatey. What do you think they're making? Maybe a chocolate cake? Or some chocolate cookies? I bet it will be yummy. Grandma had a big book of pictures. There were photographs of everyone in the family. Alfie liked looking at them with her and asking who all the different people were. That's a good way to learn about your family, isn't it? You can see that Alfie and his grandma are both having a very nice time, aren't they? Let's see if we can look at the pictures while they're looking at the pictures. See, that's Grandma's hand, not my hand. That's Alfie's grandma's hand. There was a picture of Grandpa and Grandma on their wedding day, right there. See that picture? How fancy, And a picture of Mom when she was a little girl. She looks a little bit like Alfie, doesn't she? And a little bit like Annie Rose. What do you think? And another when she was a big schoolgirl. Yeah. And there was a picture of Mom and Dad at the seaside before they got married. That's nice, isn't it? There were some pictures of Alfie. That's Alfie when he was a baby. Can you imagine? With his mama. There were some pictures of Alfie and Annie Rose, too, when they were tiny babies. Look how tiny Annie Rose is here. Alfie's the big brother and Annie Rose is the baby sister. What do you think about that? It's right after his new baby sister was born. There's another one of them when they were small. Their mom, their dad. Alfie's sitting on his mom's lap, and Annie Rose is sitting on her dad's lap. The one Alfie liked best was a picture of himself having a bath in the old baby bathtub. See, that's Alfie's hand looking at the picture because he likes that picture. Having a bath in the baby bathtub. Little Alfie and his duck, quack, quack. That's cute, isn't it? The oldest picture in the book. Let's see if we can get a good look at it. There it is. The oldest picture in the book was rather faded. It was of Grandma and her brother Will when they were children. That was a very long time ago. Alfie liked hearing Grandma tell him about what things were like then, about how they lived in the country and didn't have a car or a television set. Grandma and Will had to walk a long way to school every day along a green lane with hedges on either side, full of wild flowers and blackberries. It's the wildflowers and the blackberries. Here's the picture of their school. Can you get a good look at it? It's a little hard to get a look at the whole school. But there's the bell in the top of the school and children running into the school. And there is Alfie's grandma and her brother Will running into the school. See? Put it down like this so you can kind of see the whole picture while I read the page. Grandma liked school, even though the teacher was very strict. Grandma's brother Will was older than she was, but he didn't like school one little bit. As they got nearer and nearer to school every morning, Will would walk more and more slowly. Often, Grandma said, she had to drag him along by the hand in case they were late. Sometimes they would arrive at school only just in time as the school bell stopped ringing. They would get in trouble if they got there late, wouldn't they? Will hated school so much that one morning, do you know what he did? He took off his gray school trousers, his pants, his shorts, and threw them over the hedge. It was a very high hedge. A hedge is like a bush. It was a very high hedge, so there was no hope of getting them back again. Then he walked on and up to the school door in his underpants. Oh my goodness, Will. In his underpants. Oh dear. Of course, when the teacher saw him like that and all the children giggling, she wouldn't let him come into the classroom. He had to stay in the boys' cloakroom all morning, and at dinner time she sent him home in a pair of borrowed trousers. They were much too big and had to be held up with braces. But Will didn't mind. He got what he wanted, which was the next day off school. You see, Grandma explained, he only had one pair of good trousers. Their mother wouldn't dream of letting him go to school in anything else, and so she had to walk up the lane herself and climb over a high gate into the field to rescue them. They were all dirty and covered with cowpat. Oh my. The next day, their mother washed the trousers and hung them on the clothesline to dry, while Will stayed indoors and played with his new jigsaw puzzle. Does Will still live in the country and have no car and no television? Alfie wanted to know. Oh no, said Grandma. He grew up long ago and went off to live far away in Australia. Now he has a big car and a television, and he owns a store which sells men's and boys' clothing. See that man there is Will all grown up. Does he have trousers in his store? Asked Alfie. Oh, yes, said Grandma. Many, many pairs. I hope you enjoyed the story. I love you. Bye-bye.